when parks broke in your four-wheel drive truck and you got to move the goats shed, because you've got to move the goats. They're down there. I don't know if you can see them or not. Nope, I can't zoom. I'll do a zoom here in a minute. They're down there. And like I said, the park's broke in my four-wheel drive truck. My tractor's broke. It doesn't run. So you get the handy dandy car and a nice long rope and you pull that shed up the hill. Don't know if you can hear me or not, so I'm talking loud. But that shed was down in that bottom where it's real wet. That's why I'm pulling it up here. I'm going to try and put it right about there. Okay, let me show you this, what I got going on. I have to put this green plastic stuff behind the wire, because if I don't, the goats will go right straight through the wire. And then I've got this Premier One fencing. They don't go through it, but sometimes they'll go under it because the bottom strand's not electrified. So we'll have to see how that works when I move them. But I've moved these already. Of course, I've got to dress them up and get them all straightened up. And now I've got to go roll up all this Premier One. Here's where the shed used to be. You can see all the hay that I had for them. So it used to be here, and I moved it up there. And the reason I moved it is, if you'll look, this is a kind of a swamp down here. And they're going to be having babies here in about, I think Mama, that one right there, she's doing about 3 weeks. She's next, and she's last. So I need to get them up out of the swamp before they start having babies. I mean, there's dry down here, but there's just an awful lot of wet. So that's my to-do today. I'm gonna get that Premier One, and I'm gonna go right up behind that pine tree right there. I've actually got a little bit of a path cleared out, and I'm gonna let them have this end of this shed. So they'll be able to come in here for shade or whatever, because I'm kind of putting them out in the middle of everything. And they'll go right up there next to the tractor and along the road. So they'll have all of this in here for this spring. And it'll be handy to throw them their hay also. Yep. That's Buttercup, that's Babe, and that's Mama laying down. Mama's the first one due. She's due the last week of March. And then 1 to 2 weeks later is Babe, and then 2 to 3 weeks later is Buttercup. I wanted to make sure it was going to be warm or getting close to warm. Mama's the more mature one, so she ought to be able to handle, she's a good mama. Anyway, I moved them. See here? I got all the fence moved. There's their little shelter. I have piece of tin on this end, because these dingbats, they don't do it so much now that they're pregnant, but they climb that shelter and poke holes in it. So I had to put a piece of tin over where they'd cut holes into it. Anyway, all down the driveway, up underneath of there, so they have that they can set into. When this tree still has some leaves left on it, so it creates a little bit of shade. But once it leaves out, it's an oak tree, so it'll be a little late. Once it leaves out, it'll give them real good shade, because the sun is back there. The sun is behind me, so it'll shade them. And then towards afternoon, this cedar tree right here will cast a shade over there. So they have shade. They'll have shade all day, even if they want to just stay on this end of the pasture. And then, of course, there's Frank. He's kind of an obnoxious butthead, but he's personable. He likes see, watch. He says, "Yep." See what? And if he wants to butt you. He doesn't want petted. He wants to butt you. See? Let me butt you. He gets mad, and so then he pushes. He pushes this thing all over the place, but he's just not strong enough to lift it up. So, see. Now, let me see how far I can push this. Matter of fact, I moved it over here, and I had to. I used him to help me. I let him push on it. I said, "Come on, Frank. Come on, Frank." Yeah. They're funny animals. Good thing he doesn't have horns. He'd be stuck for sure. And these guys. Let me show you a little closer. Hi guys, don't touch that fence. It'll knock you off. It'll knock you down. It's snapping. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to go around and check it, find out what's touching. Anyway, so they're happy campers now. Yeah, see that down there? Oh my gosh, they cleared that out for me. I mean, after probably early summer, after the blackberries start coming out, I'll probably move them back down here again, because it won't. It's green as gourd out here. They've gnawed down all the brushy stuff and even took the bark off of the trees, and which is fine. I didn't want them trees there. Anyway, they'll take the bark off of that tree. That's why I fenced them out away from this one last spring. Last spring I had them, let them have all of this in here. I fenced all of this in for them. But I don't want them chewing on these trees right here. So we're just going to have to get the shade from the side. Oh yeah, and it's way easier to throw them hay. I just throw it right over the fence. And I put it's under the shelter, so that way it doesn't get rained on. Works out pretty good. This is what I did yesterday. This is my new Tennessee home. I'm Jo, and I'll talk to y'all later. Oh, and by the way, I have got tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, I'll show you all my stuff that I've got going in the greenhouse. I took an inventory, and I've got, oh gosh, 30 different types of plants. Anyway, we'll do that tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye.